Hey, Hebrew fans. So today I'm going to talk about CMON. CMON. I'm not sure what the hell they pronounce their. I'm not sure how they pronounce their name. CMON. But these guys are making. Hold your breath for it. Here it comes. Oh, I guess it's the art direction. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Anyway, these guys are making a Masters of the Universe board game. So let's check it out. CMON announces Masters of the Universe, the board game. When Eternia is threatened by Skeletor and his vile minions, the noble prince holds aloft the sword of power and proclaims, "By the power of Grayskull, I have the power!" transforming into He-Man. These battles rage endlessly in toy stores, living rooms, and playrooms. But soon, gamers will be able to recreate these epic struggles on their tabletops. CMON is proud to announce a license agreement with Mattel to create and publish Masters of the Universe board game in North America, South America, and throughout Asia. Now, they just used the poster right here that we've seen many times in the past from, like, it was 84 or something. But I'm sure they're going to make some awesome artwork. Now, before I jump into this game... I'm going to talk about this game right here, Battle for Eternia game. This is a really cool game. You can see here you're supposed to use your actual action figures with it, and it had a trap and all kinds of cool stuff and great artwork. And on the back it shows you some ways to set it up and all the parts it includes and everything else. So when you got this game and you opened it up, the first thing you found were these cool little stands right here. And people have coveted these stands because they are made for two purposes. One is to take the cardboard characters that come with the game and slide them on the back side just like that to hold them up. And then that way you'd have your character to either move around if you were a playing piece or for the attacking bad guys. And another feature that made these things so cool was you could take your real He-Man figures and just slide their feet right under these tabs, and bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a cool stand for your figure. And so people have used these quite often for stands for their figures. Now, this game, when you get it, it comes with the spinner. And you take and you spin the spinner, and 3 is the most obvious one you'll get because it's the biggest one. And then that's how many places you move your character. If you happen to come across where there's a bad guy, then you have these dice right here. You use the red and the white dice to attack the standard bad guys, and then you use the white and the purple when it comes time to attack Skeletor. And so I'll kind of show you that gameplay in a minute. It also came with these really cool swords, these double-sided swords. And I call them double-sided because originally He-Man's sword was only half a sword you'd put together. So you can see the original He-Man sword usually had this tab right here, which would then marry up with Skeletor's sword. Then you would stick them together. Well, this one was a true double-sided sword where you didn't have to put it together. And so if you were to get one of these swords, it was cool because now He-Man had a sword that wasn't just a half sword. And so a lot of people would buy the game just to get these cool swords so He-Man could have a full sword and not just half a sword. Oop. So that was pretty cool. So let's talk about the cardboard cutouts. So when you got your set, it came with these cardboard cutouts like this. You'd have these different bad guys, and these bad guys would be set up around the board. Depending on where you put them, kind of change the gameplay a little bit. So they're really cool. Not double-sided. The only thing that was double-sided was the actual player ones. So then you have the other one. The Skeletor's double-sided, even though he's not really a player, but that way kids could see him on both sides. Then Moss Man is one of your choices. He-Man was the guy that would be captured. Notice he doesn't have his sword. And then we have Snout Spout as a possible choice. Orko, and Man-at-Arms. So you could either be Man-at-Arms, Orko, Moss Man, or Snout Spout, which I thought that was kind of interesting choices. I guess the coolest would probably be either Moss Man or Man-at-Arms. I mean, what kid wants to be Orko to save He-Man? I don't know. Anyway, and then once you open the set, you would find these giant cardboard pieces and these little short pieces. And basically, you see the butterflies here? They match up with the butterfly on here, and you just put it together like that, or like that, or like that. If you had limited room, you could also set it like that, or like that. And then basically it all connect together, and those would be your playing mats. Now, when my kids were little, we would take and put these all over the floor, and we'd have huge, giant He-Man battles with all the figures and stuff. It was a lot of fun. Sometimes we'd run out of figures for the game, so we would actually move them from the front to the back. Now, the purpose of the game, or the goal, is to collect these gold swords. These gold swords basically give you another chance to fight Skeletor. And I'll explain that when we get to the game. Alright, I got the game all set up. And these are the directions for setting it up, different ways to set it up. I set mine up like this top one here, very similar to it. You can also lay it in a circle or other things like that. It tells you how to assemble all the pieces, how the trapdoor works, everything else. So, let's take a look. One thing that was kind of frustrating is, first of all, you have He-Man, and he's supposed to be the guy who's captured. So, just to put him into the pit, and once he's in the pit, you take this net and you throw it over him. I guess there's some kind of magical net that makes it so he can no longer use his superpowers, I guess, or something. I'm not sure. But it never made sense to have He-Man be captured. So usually we would have Prince Adam captured just because it made more sense that, you know, he's Prince Adam. His odds of getting captured are a whole lot higher than He-Man's odds of getting captured. So there we go. And then He-Man will then go into the trap area. Dun dun dun. All right. So then you'd have your 4 characters to choose from. So you have 4 stands. I actually added 2 more. I figured Ram Man doesn't need a stand. He can just stand on his own. And then, of course, Orko has his own stand. So there you go. The start of the game is way over here. And this table is actually 8 feet long to give you an idea of how long this game is. And it just barely fits on there. So it's huge. Like I said, when my kids and I used to play, we would actually play on the floor and start it from there. Now, one bad thing about this is if you decide you want to be Teela, the foot pegs do not fit Teela very well at all. In fact, you can see right here, trying to slide them on, she just keeps sliding back and forth and will eventually fall pretty easily. So if you choose you want to use Teela, you have to kind of shift your foot half under the tab and then just kind of balance her on there the best you can. Which is the same for Evil Lynn if you decide to use her as a bad guy. So, let's talk about the synopsis of this game. I can see why they didn't use He-Man as one of the player characters, because then all the kids would fight over who gets to be He-Man, so I can kind of see that. But my favorite out of these ones right here are Man-at-Arms and Manny Faces. So let's grab Manny. Come on, Manny, and let's put him over here on start. Now he's on start. Basically, I would spin the spinner, and then I would move my 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3. Now, on the game board is a red line. You do not pass the red line. So I'm going to go up and around, and as I go up and around, there's some safe spaces up here at the top, and then as you come down. Now, you'll notice the bad guys are wrapped around the red line. So basically, if I get a 1 next time, I have to fight Triclops as I work around my way. So let's go ahead and spin again. Normally another player would go, but we're just going to keep this going. I got a 3. 1, 2, 3. So I bypassed him. I'm on a safe space. Then I spin again, and I have a 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, even though I'm on the same spot as Triclops, he's facing that way, and the red line is right here. So no way to fight there. Let's keep going. I got a 1. Bum, bum, bum. Now I have to fight Faker. Now to fight Faker, like I mentioned before, you would take the red and the white dice and you'd roll them. And you have to have white, which is the good guy, on a sword, and red on a blank. If you get 2 swords, it means you're tied. Roll again. 2 blanks, it means you're tied. You roll again. If you get a red and a white, then you lose and you have to go back to the nearest safe space. So let's go ahead and try this. And I got 2 reds, so it's a tie. Let's roll it again. And I got a white and a red. And this white has a sword. Here's I won. I get to take his golden sword. And he moves out of gameplay so nobody else can try to win a sword from him. There we go. Now, after I collect a bunch of these golden swords, well, before I get there, let's go ahead and continue on and explain the traps. The traps. So, the trap we have right here is the Horde. the evil horde. And on the board we have Horde X spaces. If you land on a Horde X space, whoop, let's just roll to see if I actually land there. If I don't though, we'll just fake it so you guys can see how it works. Oh, I got a 5. Okay, let's roll again. Boop. Hey, look, I got a 1. So I got a 1 and there's Horde X there. Da da da! So now, the way this Horde X trap works is there's a spinner on the back. And when you spin it, it has little bump holes. You can see them right there. And if you spin it so that this pin will fall into the hole, then it will fall and it will smash your guy. But if you spin it and the hole's not there, then it will just hit and it won't go down. So that's the way this physical trap worked. So you set it up as a kid, you spin it, then you push it, and oh, I survived. But if I happen to not survive, then I go back to the nearest safe space. Alright, so my guy continues on, fights more guys, gets more swords, and then over here, when you're on this trap, and notice the land gets more scary. Here you have like nice peaceful grass, and you got water, and you have this desert land with these lizards and stuff, and the Masters of the Universe battle for Eternia right in the middle of the board, and then you have this sensor. If you cross the sensor, landing on it or going across it, that means that the trap, this trap here, moves from there to here. So it would go over here. The first person that passes the sensor moves the trap, and then it stays there for the rest of the game. So now he continues to move, beats more guys, takes their swords. Ha! I got another sword. Continues on, and you can see the land here. It gets even more kind of creepy. So now we have alligators, and we got crooked old trees, and we got skulls and skeletons laying around, and snakes, and all sorts of things. So you go along here, and there is one special feature called a secret passage. Beastman sitting on the secret the secret passage. There was also one on the other one as well. And after I fight Beastman and win, you then go through the secret passage, and it's just basically skipping the steps instead of going all the way around. You're just cutting through the middle right there, and now you're in the secret passage. You work your way up to Skeletor. Ha-ha! And there you can see, there we have Prince Adam trapped in the pit of despair. Boom, boom, boom. So, now when you fight Skeletor, you now use the other dice. Now you use the white and the purple. And this time, you have to win. There is no tying allowed. So if you get 2 blanks, back to the nearest space. It's a safe space. If you get 2 swords, back to the nearest safe space. You have to get a sword on your white die and a blank on the purple die. And the reason why this is harder is because the purple die has 1, 2, 3 swords, and the white die has 1, 2, 3. Wait a sec. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Only has 3 as well. Let's check the red dice. The red dice has 1, 2, 3. Well, they all have 3. I don't know why they have a special purple dice. What the heck? I thought the odds might have been different, but I guess they're not. They're half and half for all of them. Okay. So, let's roll the dice. So we can beat Skeletor. See if we can free Prince Adam. And I got a white and a purple. Bing! I won. But let's say I did not win. Let's say I got... I won again. I won again. Okay, come on. Okay, there we go. I got 2 blanks to be a lose. Then I would just turn in one of my magic swords and get another opportunity. Once I ran out of these swords that I collected throughout the game, then I have to move back to the nearest safe space and work my way through again. Now remember, these bad guys may or may not be here depending if someone's already defeated them or not. Alright, so that is the game. Once you defeat Skeletor, you then free Prince Adam. And check out this cool base. I think his base is so cool. This pit looks like it goes way down. It's got kind of a cool 3D effect to it, but it's just flat. But it's still kind of fun. So, that is the synopsis of this game. All right, so let's get into this. So this game right here, their games seem to be like role-playing type games that have like cards and coins and little figurines and stuff. So I'm kind of excited. I'm hoping we have a whole bunch of little miniature Masters of the Universe figurines that come out with this game. That would be, as they say, epic. Now the Kickstarter is going to launch in 2021, so I'm really excited about seeing that. But just for kicks, let's go ahead and look at one of their current Kickstarter games just to get an idea of what this company does and what kinds of things that they are about. So here they have one of their games right here on Kickstarter. And they got a little video you can play. I'll let you guys go to that later if you want to check it out. And you can see they definitely have a lot of people backing them. Their games are pretty tremendous. And you can see they got cool little figurines. And they definitely know how to do this, so I'm really excited about it. I mean, they have a comic interlay with it and storylines. Now, this company, I don't know a lot about them. It's the first time I looked at them today, but they actually have some games you can download on the fly to play, some short little games. So it's kind of cool that they actually have stuff like this. Look at those cool little figurines. Awesome. Imagine a little Skeletor and He-Man and Man-E-Faces and Trapjaw and all the other characters. It's going to be very cool. And you can see their artwork is pretty phenomenal. So, I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are too. So, let's take a look at their website again and continue on. So this guy Michael, he's a design developer manager, and he's a veteran game maker who has had a hand in designing, developing hit games like Bloodborne, the board game, The Song of Fire and Ice, tabletop miniature games, and taken design reins on Masters of the Universe board game. They're developing a new game system that will take advantage of iconic settings and universe, as well as bring in many of the setting's most beloved characters. The game will feature highly detailed miniature figures. There we go, right there. Highly detailed miniature figures of these characters. Giving both gamers and collectors a thrill. When asked about creating a board game on the groundbreaking toy line, Michael said, Masters is the part of most of our childhoods. People of a certain age know all about it. Simply saying, I have the power, is automatically said in one's mind a certain way because of it. Okay, sorry about that. Now, this game will bring an entirely new generation to Eternia and its many characters. Parents will be able to pass down their love for He-Man to their children, and that's amazing. Now, for me, it's going to be my grandchildren, because my children are all grown and moved out. So for me, it'll be the grandchildren. My granddaughter, she's 12 and she's tired of She-Ra, but maybe I can rope her back in. My son, my second from my oldest, he loves board games. I'm sure he'll probably be on board of playing at least once or twice with me. Since its inception in 1982, Masters of the Universe has become a cultural phenomenon transcending generations and igniting the power amongst fans and the world. Now, after more than 30 years, Mattel is bringing back Masters of the Universe and is setting out to create a global evergreen franchise with multiple content access points, expanding their story and characters within the vast universe. As we know, a new cartoon's coming out on Netflix, and Kevin Smith is making that. It's going to be so cool. So you can see they're just really expanding this. We got all the new figure lines coming out this year, the Origins. This is going to be great. As Mattel looks to unlock the power of its IP, partnering with CMON and their latest step to bring back one of the company's most famous contributions to pop culture, He-Man, Skeletor, and the Power of Grayskull from Masters of the Universe, says Janet Hugh, Chief Franchise Officer at Mattel. This new system will be sure to introduce fans to the most iconic characters through a fresh interpretation of Eternia as it has never been seen before. Masters of the Universe board game will launch on Kickstarter in 2021. Stay tuned for more exciting information as we approach the launch of this campaign. It's going to be really cool, you guys. You know what? When this comes out, we're going to have to get together, a bunch of us, and have an online game convention where we all play together on our own boards and move each other's pieces and just have a blast with this. This could be a lot of fun. So for those that know me, reach out, and 2021, baby, it's coming, and we will buy this thing on Kickstarter. We will get our little figurines, and we will play the heck out of this fun game. So this might be the end of my Battle for Eternia game. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you next episode. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, and that's all I got today.